I'm not going to speculate or talk too much about those injuries other than just today, but I did want to let everybody know that KK's injury will require surgery, season-ending surgery, so he will go on IR. So our hearts break for him. He worked so hard to come back this year. He's such an integral part of this team, and he will continue to be an integral part of this team. But unfortunately, he will be placed on IR and have to have surgery.
All right, let's open up the questions. Let's go to Will Kunkel and then Stephen Pronto.
Hey, Matt, Will with Fox 46. Just the obvious question with the COVID stuff, just how frustrating and what limitations does that give you guys this week going forward?
You know, I don't think any of us have, you know, I think it's such a serious enough topic that I don't think, you know, we don't really have time to get frustrated with it. We just have to deal with it and make the most out of it. And a lot of the things that we're being asked to do, we were already doing. So it's just, to me, a matter of adapting. I think that everything that happens, there's always something positive that can come out of it. So we're just trying to make the most of it and, you know, move forward.
Coach, I wanted to ask you a question about Mike Davis this week. He's playing the Bears, which was the team he played for before he came here. I don't know if you've experienced players going up against their old teams at any other level, but is there an advantage there, or is there almost a danger in trying to make sure that a player doesn't get too hyped up when they go against their old team?
Yeah, anytime a player gets too excited for a game, they run the risk of not following the process that has gotten them to that point. I don't think Mike hasn't said anything to me about, you know, being too hyped up for this game. So that's why I sort of always have that steady message about, you know, just same process every week, do the same thing. Mike's playing really well, and he's playing really well because he's practicing well, because he's entering the game really focused, and I'm excited to see him play another game. So I would anticipate him being the same guy this week that he has been.
All right, let's go to Steve Reed and then Phil.
Hey, Matt, certainly sorry to hear about KK. Can you tell us, is it the same shoulder that that caused him to miss 14 games last year? And is it a rotator cuff issue, the same thing? Can you elaborate?
Yeah, it's not the same shoulder. In terms of the specifics of it, I don't know if I should say that yet. I don't know if I should or shouldn't. So, but it's not the same shoulder.
Hey, Matt, what specifically are the challenges this week with the new protocols in place? Is it like fewer guys in the weight room? You've obviously been meeting virtually before, so that maybe isn't as just what are your biggest challenges this week?
You know, the amount of guys in the weight room doesn't affect us. You know, speeding up the amount of time in the locker room obviously is just a little bit more challenge for the guys to get showered. You know, eating alone, you know, that's not. I mean, those aren't challenges. Those are just things that we need to do to be safe. I think the biggest thing is just wearing masks on the field while we're doing activities. Obviously, something new, and that can, you know, that poses, you know, that's different. I had a couple of players say to me today, like, "Wow, I respect you coaches for having had to do this whole time." But you know, all those things are minor at the expense of safety and making sure that everyone here is safe.
Let's go to Joe Person and then Miles Simmons.
Matt, what does defensive tackle rotation look like now? And is that a position where you guys could conceivably look for some help at the deadline?
You know, I think we felt good about our defensive tackles. You know, Derek playing well. Zach Kerr has started for us. When we went to LA, those are the two starters. Bravion, FA's been playing inside. Woodrow Hamilton played against the Raiders and we thought played really well. Bruce Hector's a guy that we've been able to hold on to. So we've liked that whole group. So I think we'll just be sort of next man up. And, you know, if we find the guys, you know, for some practice squad depth or something, we might do something. But in terms of the guys that we've been practicing and planning for, we've gone into the last couple of games with before this game with 3 D tackles up because of FA's versatility. So we'll have that. You know, have that flexibility and also having Woodrow. So I think we feel good about the guys we have.
Hey, Matt, to turn it to the Bears for just a second, what do you think has made their defense just so effective this season so far?
Well, it's their third down and red zone production. I think they're 3-1 in the NFL. And, you know, Khalil Mack has 3.5 sacks. Hicks has 3.5 sacks. I mean, they've got good players in the back end. They've got just good players all around. They have a great scheme. They play fast. They play together, but they're able to win the crucial downs, the situational downs, the red zone and the third down. And that's, to me, that's vital. Field goals don't really win games until the fourth quarter. And so if you can force the opponent to kick field goals, you always have a chance to stay in the game and win the game. And that's what they've done at a really high level. I mean, they've been excellent at winning close games. It's a credit to their team and their team chemistry. And that to me comes down to third down and red zone.
Let's go to Elena Getzenberg and then Josh Klein.
Matt, I know you said you didn't really want to talk too much about the other injuries, but do you have any update at all on Yetur, or just to check?
Yeah, just what we said today, just that he was out today.
And I guess I know now with KK not being there, you had talked about wanting to improve the run defense. Has that been an area you're already addressing in practice, and how does it get a little harder without KK out there?
Well, I mean, KK is a great player, so I don't think you can replace him. You just have to have the next guys be ready to step up. And to me, our run game issues have been twofold. They've been defending the perimeter. Balls have bounced on us, especially the crack tosses this past game. And so I know our coaches are looking at not just, playing it better within our defense, but some schematic things, because, that's something that every team will do against us. Crack toss, they'll run duo and bounce it. So we're looking to change up, have different wrinkles off of what we do. But the main issue to me is just being really gap sound and having tremendous gap integrity and getting in our gaps and defending our gaps and not spinning out of our gaps and just doing silly things. And I say that respectfully, just meaning like everybody do their job and we have a chance to play a really good run defense. And so, run will pop. We'll try to get it down every game. But this past game, too many big runs hurt us. And we have to correct that. So those are the things that, both in terms of us just being really disciplined. And then secondly, just making sure that we have everything schematically, some wrinkles, so that as teams come out and they're running crack toss, they're bouncing plays, that we have answers.
Matt, I know that Christian was eligible to come off, and you said he was going to have some tests done. I was wondering if you had heard anything about him. And in addition to that, I think this is kind of an obvious question, but does the play of Mike Davis make it that much easier to allow Christian to stay on the sidelines for maybe even longer than he might have had Mike Davis not playing so well?
I can't wait to get Christian back, no matter if we have, Mike or whoever else playing. And to me, you never want to apologize for having great players. And Mike's playing like a great player right now. I'm excited about what he's doing. And it just gives us all the more options. That being said, as soon as Christian's able to get out there, I'm fired up for that too. So, yeah, he won't be activated as of right now. He's still working to get back, and as soon as we can get him back, we'll get him back. But I didn't want to hire an offensive staff that just said, "Hey, here's our offense." I wanted to hire an offensive staff that could figure out how to move the ball, score points, but most importantly, win games with, different subsets of people. And we can play with 3 tailbacks. We can play with, 4 receivers, 5 receivers. We have the coaches and the players to do it. So I'd love to get them back as soon as possible.
All right, let's go to David Newton and then Stacey Dales.
Hey, Matt, I know it's been a crazy day for you. If you can say who will start it opposite Derek Brown at the other tackle spot, and what's it mean as far as not going in pads today, which has normally been a padded Wednesday?
Yeah, I decided not to go in pads today just because I didn't want guys having to wear a mask under a helmet. That seemed really hard for me. Now they did have a shield option, which I think as we move forward, but it just seemed like a lot in one day, right? Get them here, have them do all this new stuff and go out and be really physical. We practice really physically when we go in pads. So I just flipped the days. So we'll probably go out there tomorrow in pads and get our physical work in. I wanted today to be about their safety. They're getting used to the mask. Them just handling this next step in the protocol. At the end of the day, I told the players, whether they love me or hate me, I want them to always know that their health comes first, within our way of doing things. So we figured today was a good day to go out there and fly around and get a bunch of reps, get used to having a mask on, and then tomorrow, do more of the physical work. So not a big deal to me to switch the days, not really that big at all. And, I would anticipate it being Zach Kerr. That's who we started against the Chargers leading up to this. And so Zach's played at a good level for us, a high level for us. So if we played today, that's who we'd play.
Coach, I'm curious. It's easy to fall in love with Teddy, right? What's special about coaching him? And then specifically within your offense, I mean, every coach I talk to, he gets the ball out so quickly. Why has he been particularly efficient with what you've done?
I think we have, I think Joe has good play design, and our receivers are really fast and they get open quickly. So, we're getting the ball out. We came into the last game saying we hadn't been very good on first down. So, we went into the last game, saying let's get the ball out on first down. Let's let our guys catch and run. And we were 70% efficient on first down, which is, staggering. I don't think I've ever had a game like that before. So Teddy knows where to go with the ball, which I think allows him to get the ball out faster sometimes. He's so smart. He has tremendous expectation and understanding of what we're trying to do. And the best quality I'd say about him is he's like a coach on the field. He knows the offense. He has tremendous input and stake into it. And then at the same time, he coaches the players. And so he's an extension of us while we're out there. So he's coaching the receivers, coaching the tight ends, coaching the backs in terms of, hey, this is what we want. And so everyone's on the same page on offense, which I think is really good. And the ball's getting out quickly because he's getting us in the right play and taking advantage of what's there. And that lets our athletes go make plays.
All right, let's go to Jonathan Alexander and then Will Kunkel.
Hey, Matt. Hope you're doing well. I just wanted to see if I get something small clarified. Do you know in what quarter KK hurt his shoulder and how he did it?
It would be the third quarter. Yeah. He hit the quarterback and hurt his shoulder was what he said to me.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt, just one quick clarification question and then a bigger question. Have you heard anything from the NFL about, God forbid, something does happen, what schedule contingency plans there will be?
I haven't heard anything like that, no.
Okay. And Richard Sherman was on something today, I can't remember what it was, but said that it's easier to plan for the Panthers when they don't have Christian McCaffrey, or it's tougher, when you don't have Christian McCaffrey because you don't know where the ball's going, whereas when Christian's on the field, you can plan around it. If he's a decoy or not. Is there any merit to that? Do you think about that? Is cognizant of something like that?
I don't think about that. We only had 2 games with Christian. So, I think, a lot of people might be talking about in previous years as well. We had 2 great games with Christian. He's a focal point of our offense, as is Robbie, as is Curtis, as is DJ. I think all our offense and our personnel is evolving each and every week. And each and every week we're trying to take advantage of how people are playing us. And we're very adaptable on game day, which I like. So, but I don't dismiss that. That's a great player's opinion. I just, from our perspective, we don't try to feed it to any one guy. We try to take advantage of what's there.
All right, let's go to Joe Person and then Steve Reed.
Matt, I have 2 clarifications. Did KK injure this shoulder earlier this season also?
No.
Okay. And then talking about the mask and the shield, is that just for practice? Is it your understanding they won't have to wear that Sunday, those Sundays?
As of right now, it's either the mask or the shield for physical activity, and that's just while we're through that protocol. I believe that's a 5-day protocol pending anything else, which would put us through Saturday. So as of right now, I'm anticipating us not wearing it in the game. But I'm always one of those guys who also tells everybody like, hey, be prepared for anything. But yeah, as of right now, I have not been told that.
Hey, Matt, quick clarification too. KK, do you know which shoulder it was this year? Because I can't find which shoulder he hurt last year. You know which one he hurt this year? Right or left?
I don't have all that stuff in front of me. Yeah, Bruce will bring an injury report and give you guys all these clarifications.
Sure. Thanks. Okay.
All right, guys, we have time for 2 more before we wrap it up. Let's go to Josh Klein and then Miles Simmons.
Matt, you mentioned F.A. Abada as somebody that's playing inside and outside for you. It seems like he's been around the quarterback a lot, but hasn't actually like gotten to him to make the to get sacks or QB hits. Is that something that you can kind of like that you can work on in practice? Is closing and kind of closing the gap between getting close and making the play?
Yeah, I mean, we're always working on that. It's a great question. We're always working on that. I think the biggest thing is when you get pressure inside. Now, I mean, there's obviously certain exceptions. When you do a good job of getting pressure inside, typically the quarterback, sees it and gets the ball out. Sacks have a tendency to come from, the quarterback's blind side or from the outside or from great second effort when they don't see it. You think about the quarterbacks we faced a lot of veteran quarterbacks. We face, guys in Brady and Matt Ryan who get the ball out at an elite level. Kyler Murray, who's a dominantly athletic guy. Derek Carr, who gets the ball out. So I mean, you faced all of these quarterbacks who when they feel it, they get the ball out. So I think when you're inside, we're trying to get sacks, obviously, but we're really trying to get pressures. And getting the hands up, around the quarterback, getting our feet in the paint, our feet close to his feet. Forcing a lot of quick throws and rush throws is what we're looking for. And the sacks usually come when the quarterback has to hold the ball or off the backside edge. Now we're still trying to get pressures, sacks inside. Don't get me wrong. And so I think FA is going to get better and better and better as is our other inside guys. I mean, he's only done this for a short amount of time. So we're continuing to work with him and everybody else. I mean, we're definitely a work in progress and just trying to get a little bit better each day. But that closing that you brought up, that's the difference between good and great. And we're always trying to find great.
Matt, it seems like Curtis Samuel has been really effective on third downs in the last couple of weeks. What's led to that, and why has he been so successful there?
Because he's just a playmaker. I mean, he's just a tough guy. Catches the ball, catches the ball inside. Scramble drill, comes back to the quarterback, catches the ball in traffic, goes up over someone to catch it, catches the ball and takes a hit, runs the ball out of the backfield. I mean, he is like on our team, he is the player that and I respect them all, but I have infinite respect for. He does the dirty jobs, he does the odd jobs. DJ catches a ball, he turns up, he blocks, it's a touchdown. He does everything. He's just a flat, tough guy and a playmaker. And lots of people have stats, and stats are awesome. But to me, show me who comes through in crucial situations. Show me who comes through in crucial times. When you're losing by 17, 15, the other team, the other team starts throwing the ball and they get a bunch of stats, but that doesn't matter to me. Tell me who makes big plays in big times. And that's what Curtis Samuel is, man. He's got ice in his veins and he's tough. So you can probably tell that he's one of my favorite guys, because when you need to play, he makes a play.
Coach, we appreciate you taking the time today.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, meeting.